Hi, this is Gabriel, just doing a video that hopefully will help people with their driving. So we're going to get quickly into it. So this first corner, the technique I'm going to use to get around it is the same one I'm going to apply to every corner in this, which is to brake down. Then once we're coming up on the corner, you're just into the turning point. I'm going to be off the gas to set the car up sort of appropriately to the appropriate rotation, and then we're going to use the gas and brake appropriately to get around it. The brake if I need to turn more sharply into the corner, the gas if I can afford to get back on it, because obviously we're looking to get back on the gas all the time, but it will also sort of make me go wider around the corner. Okay, so you can see here I'll brake down, and I needed to turn a bit sharper there, so I tap the brake again. Right here you can kind of flat out it, so you can brake down, turn into it, bit of handbrake on these tighter corners to bring the run round. Definitely handbrake here. A hairpin you just want to think of as a more severe normal corner, where instead of using the brake to help you to get around it, you'll probably use the handbrake to do that, to replace the function of the brake, where it will help you to turn more sharply. So right here, braking down, handbrake to turn more sharply, using the gas and actually pointing the car into a more oversteer to actually get it around. Here's a good example of downshifting during a corner, because we're going up a hill. So I'm in fifth here, then you can hear that the car was starting to sort of lose power going up the hill, so I dropped it into fourth for a moment. Here we're just flat out. Here we've got a tight corner here, so brake down a bit, use the handbrake to more sharply go around the corner. This next section, I just want to quickly talk about how we can shave tenths of a second off of our time, which is we're going around this corner normally. You can hear I'm using the brake and gas, bring it around, and then braking down. Actually, that's the wrong corner, terribly sorry, complete waste of time. But anyway, it was a nice little corner anyway. That's the section I was on about. So we go around this corner, and here's the bit where we can the bit where we can make up times. Right here, we can actually give a bit of gas, just speeding up to that corner and locking up using the handbrake to bring it around. You can hear it better in normal time actually. So here we go. We're gonna brake down, gas right there, handbrake down, and I might have made like a tenth or half a tenth of a second there, just applying that that sort of rule I've got through my mind, which is if I want to make up time, I need to be on the gas as much as possible, speeding forward down the track. Here I'm actually going to stay in fifth gear going down the hill, and it will help me retain a bit of control, a bit of engine braking going down the hill. Here's a good example of using the throttle and brake around a long corner to make me turn the car appropriately. This is a very dangerous corner, this one, so I drive around it very granny-like. It's very clean. Right, here was a prime example of the way I was talking about, where you can make up seconds or tenths. So we go around these corners normally, brake round it, and then gas right there, and then brake down again. So yeah, what you want to be thinking out to yourself to make up time is, how late can I brake? Where can I use the gas, between corners? And can I use my brake and gas around corners to to actually make it so I can be on the gas as much as I can be. So I brake down there and then I'm on the gas throughout the rest of the corner, because I can be, because I use the brakes. This is a corner over a crest where we use the brakes to bring the weight to the front of the car, which means going over the hill, the weight isn't flying off in the upwards direction. That was a horrible loss of control, which I apologise for, but, you know, still got a 24th time in the world, so it wasn't so bad apparently. Here we've got a hairpin, so we're braking down to it. It's a severe corner, use the handbrake, get around, back on the gas. Severe corner up ahead. Essentially we're just driving around it, using the handbrake because it's a severe corner. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but, you know, if you want to be consistent, these are the things you need to be thinking to yourself. Your brain kind of wants to be a broken record. You want to apply logical, you know, the same logical techniques to every corner that you come up to. You know, I want to brake down to it, and I want to get around it. And how are you going to do that? So, speed will come just by practicing, you know, being on the gas as much as you can, braking to help yourself get around corners, using the handbrake to slide the car a bit more on tighter corners so you can be on the gas that much more. This downhill section I'm in 5th gear a lot of the time rather than the max gear, because the 6th gear, because that little bit of engine braking will help me retain control. There I almost drove into a wall, not very professional. Now you're braking before a crest because it's a dangerous one. That means it drops the weight to the front of the car. One more thing to add to the list of things that will make us go quickly is if try not to turn the car very much, trying to rotate the car as little as possible so you can keep the car going in a straight line, keeping it clean and smooth. So we're coming up to the end of the stage, and I hope these tips help people driving. Alright, cheers.